What's up, everybody? My name is Corey, and today I'm going to take a nostalgia road trip back to the 90s. Yes, we're talking Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. So if you are a 90s kid like me, grab your Dunkaroos and your High C, and let's check out this game. Alright, so Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl just came out on Xbox, and it hits the nostalgia feels in me so hard. So if you are a 90s kid and watch Nickelodeon, the same will probably hold true to you. Basically, to put it very simply, this is Super Smash Brothers, but with Nickelodeon characters. So it is a brawler, and the character selection is pretty good. You get about 20 or so characters ranging from different shows that came on Nickelodeon, mostly in the 90s. Some of these shows are not even on TV anymore, and I kind of question why are they here, because their shows would definitely not hold up in today's television for kids. But regardless, the picks are there. You can pick from the SpongeBob crew and Aw Real Monsters, Ren and Stimpy, question mark. Again, don't know why they're there, among others. And they all have their own accompanying stages and their own movesets and their own theme music. So what do you do in a brawler game if you've never seen something like Super Smash Bros.? Well, it's not your traditional 2D fighting where it's one person versus the other, but it can go up to 4 people on typically a singular screen with platforms. Now, this game actually throws wrenches in the mix when it comes to the stages, because some stages are really narrow, some stages have platforms that move and fall, so it can really vary depending on which stage you're on how to maneuver your character. Speaking of the movesets, you control the characters with very simple mechanics. Usually, one button press handles your light attack, one button press handles your heavy attack, and the other one jumps for you. And holding a direction while pressing those buttons will perform some variation of a move that is assigned to that. And so the whole goal of the general gameplay mode is to be the last one alive. And there are different takes on how you can play your modes, but the standard is that you have so much health and you're wanting to stay on the screen. If you go off the screen at all, you lose one of your lives, otherwise known as stocks. And depending on your mode and depending on the difficulty of the characters you're facing, the AI, those number of lives or stocks can vary. And so as you're getting beat up or as you're beating up somebody, that percentage in the bottom of the screen will go up and up and up. And as it gets higher, the likelihood of a blast sending that character further off the screen goes way up. So we're typically hitting very hard as fast as we can to get that number up, and then laying down a move to send your opponent flying is the typical strategy. And you can play this in a number of different ways. So that is the main mode, and you can play anybody at any time in that mode. You can also play arcade mode, which takes that format and throws it into a very short, not story-based line, but it goes through 7 different matches where you can kind of test your skills amongst the AI there. Completing that usually unlocks, at least for the first time, various musics or gallery pieces. You can go into the artwork of the game and see that for that. Just to mix it up a little bit more, there are sports modes where you can play soccer or football where you don't touch the ball with either your hands or your feet. So it kind of mixes it up from the standard gameplay, which is nice. This game would not be very good if it didn't have co-op. So it does feature local co-op and online co-op. So if your friends have the game, you can get in a lobby. Or if you just want to do a quick play and some ranked matches and see how you do, you can do that as well. All in all, this is a really fun game to play with your kids or just with a friend. When it comes to the AI, I found it rather easy. But again, where the game kind of lacks is balance, and that will come over time if they decide to patch the game, nerf OP characters and buff others. So I wouldn't give that a total thought yet, but if you can find a character that you're really good with, you feel really comfortable with, you could probably knock out a playthrough on the hardest difficulty with ease. As far as the visuals go, I really dig this art style. I like seeing some of these old nostalgic characters that I watched growing up as a cartoon on an animated screen into these more sophisticated 3D-ish renders. And I think they did a good job, and I actually really like the character selection. And I have a feeling that they will add more in the future, but that is to be determined at this point. The only other thing I probably would mention is the price. This game did come out at $40, so not a full-fledged $60 game, but still a pretty premium price of $40 for this. Can be seen as a limitation or a hesitation on getting the game, just because the content, it's very repetitive. So you kind of know what you're getting, and you're going to be playing that over and over. And if you have friends or kids that want to play this a lot, then it's probably a really good buy. But if you're looking to just kind of get your feet wet and see what it's about, might be a little bit of a hindrance for some people to spend that much money. But that's all I got for this game for today. I really did enjoy it, and I'm going to write up some scores and a little conclusion paragraph over on xboxtavern.com. So be sure to check that out, and I'll catch you in the next video.